Hi, my name is Jennifer Dixon with Thrive Yoga and Wellness, and today we're going to talk about Locust Pose or Shalambasana. Now, don't stop. Don't stop the video. Don't go to the next one just because I said back bend, Shalambasana, or Locust Pose, and you're like running for the hills like, oh no, that kills my back. Let me tell you a few tips and tricks that you can do to help get into this posture, to help do this posture and keep it pain-free, because this pose is great for you if you have back pain, if you sit a lot, if you have postural issues, if you tend to slouch a little bit more. It is an awesome pose to help build some strength up along the back body muscles, all those muscles along your back, your entire posterior chain actually. And guess what? A stronger back, those muscles that are along the spine, those multifidus muscles, the stronger those are, the more they can help protect the disc and keep those discs in place. I have a herniated disc in my L5, so it is so important for me to build the strength up along those multifidus muscles, all those muscles that are stabilizing my spine, so I can keep the disc that I have and kind of keep it in place. I don't want any more bulging or herniated disc, right? So let me show you how I figured out to do this posture where I can get back pain free locust poses. So if you'll join me, we're going to get started on our bellies. And now, the thing that you want to look at, most of the time when folks get on their bellies and they get into this pose, they just let everything go. Like the low belly's hanging loose, the tailbone's actually kind of lengthening up. And so if you enter into your locust pose, which is fingertips in line with the chest, channeling your inner little mermaid, and you lift from this position with that tailbone lengthening up, you're compressing a whole bunch right here. So you're using these muscles, but you're causing a whole bunch of compression in this low back. Compression equals pain if you have some sort of injury or pain in general. So what I like to do is to create as much space as possible before I contract the muscles, because contraction is going to compress anyways, right? So create the space first, then contract, and then that's what's going to help you to lift, and that's what's going to help you to experience this posture without pain. So check out my bottom. My bottom right now, I know, right? That's funny that I said check out my bottom. Now, if you notice, I have a pretty strong curve in my low back. Let me get the microphone out of the way so you can see it. So this sway back looks good in jeans. It's not so great for the structure. It really puts a lot of pressure right here in my low back. That's how you know that my belly is not engaged, because my booty's just sticking out. That's where it wants to go. Now, if I was to lift right here and lift my legs right here, that equals a lot of low back pain. That's not ideal. Now watch my hips, watch my bottom as I engage my low belly, tilt the pelvis down and forward. So it's like my pelvis was a soup bowl, it's all spilling forward right now. I'm going to try to hold that soup in. So belly comes in, tailbone goes down. Did you see the curve kind of went away? So here it is sticking up. Now here it is lengthening down. Can you tell the difference? Low back curve, really strong right here. And now I'm going to provide length. Can you see that? So really steep curve, not as much curve. Now, if we start here without the extra curve and then think about lifting the legs and then think about lifting the chest, you've got so much more space here for those muscles to work. I'm going to move my hands up high so you can see them. So here I'm going to lift again one more time without the tilt in my pelvis the right way. And that actually starts to hurt over time. And that's what most people do in this pose. They don't engage the low abdominal muscles and they don't lengthen through the tailbone. So this is not engaged, super, super crunchy. This is super engaged. Now, with that super engaged low belly muscles here, which sort of is like oxymoronic in a back bend, low belly in and up, lifting everything, I might not feel like I'm getting as high, but guess what? There's no congestion. And then the even better part is over time, you and I are going to build those back muscles up even more to where the back bending is occurring higher up, not just low here. Because what tends to happen is we want to just bend right here in the low back, and we want to work on mobility along the entire spine. Now, your sternum area, that's never going to bend as much as your low back, but we definitely still want to encourage that openness, pulling the shoulders back, lengthening down through the heels. So everything from the hips down are reaching back as well as up. Everything from the rib cage forward is lifting up and squeezing back to help lift you up a little higher. Now, give that little cue a go, lengthening through your tailbone, engaging the low belly. Give it a go. Try it maybe for a half a second where you normally do it with nothing engaged, and then try it again when you tilt your pelvis forward, really engage the belly, and then lift, and see if you notice a difference. See if you notice perhaps there's not as much pain in this posture, and then keep practicing it. I practice Locust Pose nearly every single day because the stronger my back muscles are, the less pain I have. And with a chronic low back injury, I have to do everything I can, just like you may need to if you have chronic low back pain, that you to do what you can do naturally to help fix that. And this is the best way I've been able to do that, making sure I keep the belly in, tailbone down, and then lift. Only lift so high that you don't feel pain. If you feel pain, don't lift. Maybe you just practice laying on your belly with your belly engaged and your tailbone down. And that could be a lot right there because these muscles in the belly, they tend to atrophy. Maybe you practice, I'll demonstrate it one time. Maybe you practice with the tailbone lengthening down, belly in, and only lift one leg. And get to the point where that's easy, and then lift the other leg. And then you work on lifting both legs. And then once you get to the point where you can lift your legs, maybe you leave the legs on the ground and lift the chest up. Now, you notice that when the chest comes up, we like to immediately dump in the low back. So keep the tailbone down and then lift the chest up. And then once you get to that point where this is something that doesn't hurt, that's when you can practice that, lifting the chest and lifting the legs. And hopefully by then, you will have the muscles isolated and strengthened enough to where you know to get those belly muscles engaged and tailbones lengthened down so that pelvis is tilting forward so that you can have as much space as possible on the low back before you contract it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Jennifer Dixon with Thrive Yoga and Wellness. We're located in Chattanooga, Tennessee, just up the road from downtown Chattanooga, and we offer over 40 classes of yoga every single week, coming soon Pilates too. And so if you are in the area, we'd love to have you in our studio. If you are not in the Chattanooga area, we also offer an amazing online platform where you can come in, get access to amazing short tutorials like this, longer form sequences, live classes, and the coolest part of Thrive Online is that you get to practice live with me or with another experienced teacher, and you get to have real-time feedback. So you may be home, you may be alone, but you're not alone because we're right here with you. Take care. I can't wait to see you again soon. Bye-bye.